Hello, 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 and welcome to the Random Talks, where we speak of everything and nothing at the same damn time. I know I don't need to, but I want to start with the fact that I cut my hair. You guys haven't seen my hair in its curly state. I don't think ever on this podcast, because by the time that I made this podcast, my hair was already damaged. So, Blackberry the mask, dun, 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 we desire fooling around. Again, I didn't need to say anything about my hair, but I wanted to because it's been something that has been on my mind for a while, and I finally jumped the gun and did it. So if you're thinking about doing a big chop or something like that, do that shit now. I've been protective styling it out for like 6 months, not even, probably like 5. For those that do indulge in anime, consider today as the beach filler episode of the Random Talks. I've been seeing and receiving a lot of messages from people saying that they want a video where I just yap. And I'm like, I thought I'd do that already. But I guess like people want like maybe more of a free form episode. So this is for those that genuinely just want something on in the background. And, you know, they don't really want to, I don't want to say learn, but you just want something on. You want a friend there that's not really there, that is there. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I'm drinking this Celsius cherry cola, and I swear it tastes like a Dr. like pepper. For my first segment, we are going to be doing Would You Rather. I like a good Would You Rather. I don't want like, ooh, would you rather a dog or a cat? I was actually astonished by what I found on the Would You Rather Reddit thread, because there are some really good Would You Rathers. And then there was also some that I was like, who put this in here? Who put this in here? Because you're going to jail. And I actually just took a little sneak peek because I forgot what I picked. But I took a little sneak peek, and the first one is kind of bonkers. So let me read you what the first one says. Would you rather have sex with an animal or become blind? No cure, in parentheses. You know what you're doing. What do you mean? Would you rather have sex with an animal or become blind? So bestiality or you're blind. And they made sure to say no cure. Like, what do you mean no cure? You know damn well you just want the beastie. Like, that's scary. And what's killing me is the first reply that I read. This person said, screw what everyone thinks. No way I'm going permanently blind. That's my deepest effing fear. Pass me that goat or whatever, and let's get this over with quickly. I'm scared. If I had to answer, which I actually don't want to, but if I had to answer, I'm gonna be blind. And I know that there's no cure to it. I don't want to go and fuck a goddamn goat. If you're about to get dropped onto a deserted island for a month before you get rescued and can only take one set of items, which one would you pick? 1, a camping tent, sleeping bag, large flashlight, plus 10 batteries, and 1 Swiss Army knife. Okay. 2, pump action shotgun plus 50 rounds, 300 canned beef, a compass, and a water purifier. Damn, so we got a shotty for the body, 50 rounds, 300 canned beef, a compass, and a water purifier. That's what's most important. So I got beef and I got a water purifier. Damn. This one might be goated, but I'm gonna keep reading. 3, 5 lighters, a 10-meter rope, island map, a pen, fishing rod, and a large bowl. Okay. A bowl? Like, a bowl is the least of my problems, but I got you. 4, a shampoo plus body wash, a 2-meter iron spear, 20 shirts / underwears. Even the spear is mid. Like, that whole option right there is mid. If I did this with a group of friends and they picked number 4, I'd be like, I never want to get stranded with you because you're not going to be worried about the right things. Ain't got no food or water, but you got toothpaste, my shiny teeth, and me. Like, you're dead. 5, a high IQ / EQ pet capybara. All right. 200 large bag Doritos, 10 towels plus soap bars, a riot shield. Okay, I'm starting to get annoyed. And the last one says a beach umbrella, foldable chair, 50 monster drinks, 2 first aid kits, and a golf club. If your answer is anything but B, I'm gonna know some things about you. Cause what could you pick over a pump action shotgun plus 50 rounds, 300 canned beef, a compass, and a water purifier? Don't let my answer influence yours though. Which one would you pick? My answer aside. Would you rather live 5 years in constant fear or 7 years feeling guilt and shame? and why? Paranoia or intuition has affected a lot of choices that I've made in my life. I would hate living my life in fear because I'd equate that to living my life with paranoia. Like I'd be paranoid that somebody gonna come and get me or something. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't get sleep. But if you feel guilt and shame, yeah, you gonna cry yourself to sleep every now and then. But shit, it's better than feeling scared all the time. I'd rather cry myself to sleep every night because I'm so ashamed. Oh, woe is me ass nigga. Than feel like somebody's about to run up in my house like the Tomb Raider. Like I'm scared. What did Megan say? I'm running through your nigga house like the Tomb Raider. You gotta pass around, nigga. He a hot potato. I told him eat or get out. That's your ultimatum. If I start licking my pussy hard, that shit aggravating. He ain't mine. I just let him eat me up from time to time. Okay, I'm done. That's not mine. He ain't mine. I just let him eat his pussy. Stop. Would you rather relive elementary school or high school? Do we go home? Like if I'm reliving high school or elementary school, am I going home in general? If I'm not going home, I'd probably pick, I was going to say elementary school, but no. Yeah, I would pick high school. That era in my life was just so fabulous, for real. I was doing musical theater. I was in competitions. I was winning awards like that. I was at my peak musically, especially because I actually exercised my voice. I had a space to sing at my full capacity. I don't really sing anymore, only because my singing voice is really loud and these walls are thin. So for me to sit here and sing the way that I want to, all my neighbors on this floor will hear me. And rather than getting a noise complaint about singing too loud, I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Shut up. I would love to be back in a space where I could sing. Like I be singing here, but I don't sing like using it from my gut and just, oh gosh, that probably looked and sound crazy, but like using the singing voice that I have within me and just singing, I do miss that. I also miss walking around campus while everyone was in class. That was a time where I was going through a lot in high school, and I think walking around campus while everyone was in class, there's always the hustle and bustle in a high school, but I really enjoyed being in a space that's normally loud when it's silent, like when no one's there. That was oddly my thinking time. So when I would go to the restroom, I was one of those kids that was gone for like 20-30 minutes and everybody was like, are you good? It was either I was actually having trouble on a toilet because I always been constipated, or that aside, I was, sneaking around campus, which there was like a campus cat. Oh man, if I can find, like, I used to make little edits in high school. I know it's kind of cringe. I gotta find them. I think I found like 2 before. I think there's only 2 left. Whatever, it doesn't matter. If I can find that clip, I'll put it here. But there was a little neighborhood campus cat that I would always see, and he'd let me get close enough to stare, but he would not let me touch him. I still had love for him though, but I would always see him around. I'd follow him. I'd chase him down. Yeah. I think that's when I started liking cats, because I was like, yeah, this cat is chill. So my final answer, if I had to pick, would be high school, especially because I was in high school when the vid was around, and I really barely finished. Like, it happened, I think, junior year, and then I had no senior year. I felt like I was thrown into the world. Damn, this is not me dumping. This one says, you get teleported to medieval times and you're appointed as a king/queen. You are to spend the rest of your days in that time period. You can have one power. Which power would you rather have? Ooh, I love ones like this. Okay. Control all 4 elements, but only up to 15 seconds a day. That's just not even fair. 15 minutes? Okay. You could do some damage in 15 minutes. 15 seconds? No. You're useless. Those powers are useless. 15 seconds, girl. 2, mind control any one person you can see. Up to 60 minutes a day. See, this one is a lot better because I could mind control some of the people on my team, or I could mind control other neighboring countries so they could give me over their land. You see, a lot of damage could be done. And then in 60 minutes, a lot of damage can be done. I can deal with that. But those 15 seconds a day? Number 3 is slow regeneration. Can still die if too much blood is lost too quick. Another useless superpower. Spawn up to $40 worth of McDonald's menu items from this time period per day. In parentheses, water costs $1 per cup. And I hate to say it like this, but I know somebody red tongue ass is going go on and order $40 worth of McDonald's in the medieval period. Did you need it that bad, you crack addict? You're going to order processed food to the medieval times for what? An itch? You want to feel something? Unprocessed food. And I know they probably did their own different processes. Food was probably crazy back then. Food was probably bonkers, but it wasn't McDonald's. And I guess, hey, if someone wants to pick that as their superpower, actually take it back. That's not my business. Let me mind my business. 4, choose any 4 fictional characters to join you. Ooh. 5, an indestructible, indefinitely charged smartphone connected to today's internet, but you can only use it 2 hours a day. I'm going to choose the most valuable option here, and that's picking 4 fictional characters to join me. Duh. Oh my God, I guess I can tell y'all who I'm going to invite since you're so interested. Remember the shadow god from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue? Yeah, he's coming. Second person is going to be Rhysand from A Court of... I can't even fit it. Second person is going to be Rhysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah. Y'all are about to be like, does she have a type? Yeah, just a little bit. If you notice the slight similarities of the men that I just mentioned, you will not be surprised at the man I'm about to say. Number 3 is going to be Damon from the Vampire Diaries series. Yeah, he come along too. This is how you know I really liked The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, because remember that painter girl that she was talking to that always forgot her, but they were together for a little bit in the book? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The painter girl that like cinnamon in her coffee or something. I forgot what it was. I don't remember. What she liked something. I don't remember, but I would choose her. I love an artistic baddie. You see the difference with the men that I chose versus the women? Right. I'm just a girl, she says with uncertainty. Next question says, would you rather only be able to eat popcorn with chopsticks, or every time you're driving and there's a bird on the street in front of you, the bird does not move and it gets killed by your car? Who made this? It's honestly my fault, because I probably added this in here because people are having trouble deciding what they should pick. People would rather kill a bird every time a bird is walking in front of their car. Do you know how many times I've had to stop for a duck? I don't even drive, mind you. I don't. I'm passenger princess always at the moment. I'm going to level it down to dark humor and say that this was all a joke and people were just joking. They were just laughing. They were just, having a little hee hee ha ha. Would you rather live in a cyberpunk dystopia or a post-nuclear apocalyptic wasteland? Oof. Cyberpunk dystopia. At least I'm playing cyberpunk right now, so this is really funny. But is it bad that I'm like, it depends on how much money I got in this cyberpunk dystopian goddamn world? I know, shallow. I am the backbone of the problem with society. But how much money am I making in this cyberpunk dystopia? Because I ain't gonna be on the bottom. I ain't gonna be on the bottom with the leeches. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I'm not going to be on the bottom with the leeches. I don't want to be fighting for my life. If I'm going to do it, I have to do it grand. I'm sorry. It's like Hunger Games. Would I rather be in a field fighting for my damn life or sitting in a chair with butt warmers? I've had people ask me, oh, what are you going to do if there's a zombie apocalypse? Die? I don't want to fight for my life. I don't want to fight for my life. To live in what? A zombie-filled world? Why? Do not ask me to fight for my life if it's the end of the world, because I'm not. I'm going to tell you, I don't even want to be here. I didn't even want to be in the world before the zombies. And I know I sound selfish and shameful, but listen, girl, I didn't come into this life to struggle. I promise you. I was not that girl that came into this life to struggle. I do not volunteer. It's just struggle just happened to be me. But if I have to choose whether or not I have to struggle, I'm not gonna choose at all. There's no option other than not to be here. I've already worked too hard in my past life. I have to work in this life too. Next one says, would you rather date a model or a business person? I remember saying this before my channel started doing well, so that's funny, but I don't want someone in the same field as me. Like last year, I met a guy in New York and he was a behavioral scientist. And I was like, oof, that's sexy. Like, you're a behavioral. Loki, he was reading, my actions and stuff like that. Last time I seen him though, he was like, oh, I know why you're here. And I said, why I'm here. And then he told me why I was here. And I was like, damn, you couldn't have been modest with it. You know exactly why I'm here. Drop your drawers. And there's a number of factors that I could list, but I feel like the main for me at the moment is, one, there might be comparison as to like what they're doing in their career and what you're doing in your career. And then 2, I prefer to separate my relationships to my job. Like at the end of the day, sitting in front of this microphone is my job. You know, I don't want to mix my relationship with my job. And I've said this before, I did it briefly on here at some point, but I will never do that again simply because I would prefer to keep my job and my partner separate. And then also when you're dating like a creator or an influencer, an actor, model, whatever, anyone that's in the entertainment industry, while dating someone in this industry, there are chances that this person might not be dating you for who you actually are, but for what you guys look like together. And they prefer to sell a dream. I don't want to limit what I'm about to say to only happening to creators, but when someone posts a picture with their partner versus a picture alone, they're getting two different types of engagement, but you may get more engagement on the picture with your partner simply because one, people is nosy as fuck, and then two, love sells and sex sells. That's like the number one rule I noticed. Love and sex. If you could sell a happy relationship, you're getting some money. If you could sell sex, you're getting some money. So people love the thought of love. And when they see people in love, they want to know more. They want to be invested. They want to build this parasocial relationship. So when it comes to dating another person in the entertainment industry, I will never do that again. Give me a doctor. Give me a scientist. Maybe not a lawyer. Not a police officer. Give me someone that works at NASA. Ooh, I would love to date someone that works from NASA. Imagine just coming home and you're excited to tell me about, I don't know, you found a new type of stardust, bitch. I don't know. It's just, I would love to hear my partner speak about their career and vice versa. I would want them to know about my career. I would want them to at least attend some shows that I have, attend a little, interview that I have. I would love for my partner to support me, not because they may get something out of it, but because they genuinely want to support me as I will want to support them. Sometimes you just want a break from work. And I feel like when you're dating a creator, there's no break from work. Y'all out on a date. Oh, babe, I need pictures before we eat. Oh, babe, I need pictures before the food gets here. Like, bro, I'm not doing that again. I'm sorry. It's going to be my partner be like, hey, Kyra, you want some pictures with the food? Yeah, baby, here you go. Like, I'm not doing that again. I can't do a creator. I can't be out with someone and we're on a date and they're like, oh, wait, but I need pictures for the feed because I gotta upload 5 times this week. I'm not doing that. I would want a partner that talks about stardust 3 hours in the day. Then a partner that's like, hey, can you flick me up so I can post on Instagram? Bitch, fuck you in that Instagram. I'm sorry. Personally, that's me. Oh, wait. If you're kidnapped with a bunch of other people to participate in a death game requiring duos, who amongst these 6 other people who have yet to find a partner would you team up with? A young, short, and skinny man who's a timid IT worker that likes puzzles. A fat man who works in fast food restaurants and is friendly and sociable. A fit woman MMA fighter who's militant and cold / barely trust anyone. A 20-year-old man who plays college football, is impulsive, daring, and emotional. A middle-aged man who's a former U.S. Marine, has history of domestic violence. I'm scared. Hell no. A 70-year-old man, creepy and doesn't talk, has played this death game 10 years ago and won it before. Damn. I don't know. I feel like the MMA fighter would abandon me. Is that just me? But I feel like she would abandon me. She'd leave me. The fat man, I'm sorry. I don't even know why they called you. Like, you just could have said the bigger man. I ain't choosing the fat man. I'm sorry. And it's not because he's fat. I'm just not choosing him because I'm like, you ain't got no skills. Like, there's no plus to your aura. There's no plus to his aura. They didn't even describe anything about, the only plus to his aura is he's friendly and sociable, but we're competing in a death game. I do not need you to be friendly and sociable. I'm sorry. He's getting left. He's short, skinny, but he works in IT and he likes puzzles. Ooh, I love a little nerd. Oh, fuck. No. We're decentralizing men. So I can't pick the first one. Oh, but he's short too. He was not going to be my type anyways. Yeah, that wasn't going to work. So no to number 1, no to number 2, maybe to number 3. Number 3 is an MMA fighter. 20-year-old man who plays college football, is impulsive, daring, and emotional. He punches holes in walls. I'm scared. No. A middle-aged man who's a former... No, we're not picking him either. Damn, so it's either I pick the 70-year-old creepy guy that doesn't talk, but he won the game before 10 years ago, or the MMA fighter who doesn't trust anybody. I'm gonna have to go with the creepy old man. Is it bad? I don't know. I never told you guys, but I get along with old people really well. It's kind of odd. Like, you would generally look at me and be like, what are y'all talking about? We just be sitting and talking. It's weird. When I was a kid, I hated old people. But now that I'm an adult, I don't know. I really rock with old people. And when I say old people, I'm talking like 60. Yeah, I'm talking 60 and up. It's either they were all right and he's actually just the creepiest, most vile piece of shit, or everybody's getting a bad feeling about him because they're about to lose in this death game. Would you rather never be able to taste food again or never be able to listen to music again? Why? You know how some people be like, oh, big back, big back. No, I'm big neck because all the food goes to my neck. That's why I got rolls on my neck. Every time I eat, that shit goes straight to my neck and the bottom of my jaw, right? This is not an option for a big neck that listens to music. You know how some people need to watch something as they eat? Sometimes I won't even put on anything to watch. I'll just put on a song. Yes, I know that sounds weird, that sounds odd, but sometimes I just want to listen to music and enjoy the sight of my food. And I don't want to say in silence because there's music, but I just want to enjoy my food and the music at the same time. Now I have to pick one. I'm going to be honest, I don't want to taste any food no more. If it means I can't listen to music, at least then I could probably go on a proper calorie deficit because my best friend and I have a nickname for each other. Since we like to eat all the time, we call each other the taste buds. Don't take this. Do not take this. I'm telling you now. Do not take this. I'll find out some of y'all took this. I'm finna be mad. Oh, that's it for segment 1. Okay, I thought I had more. Damn, that's fun. Should I do these again? I kind of like it. I like a fun would you rather. So if you guys want to see any more videos like this, let me know and I'll try my best. But let's get into my next segment, latest obsessions, where I speak about what I'm obsessed with. The first song I have on here is Cherries by Hope Tala featuring Amine. And the quote says, Dracula to your neck, I was trying to relieve stress. You look yummy in that dress. I expect nothing less. Chain keeps swinging in your mouth. Now the chain stained with some cherry lip gloss. Tequila your tears, so we move from state to state. Sipping on your sorrows as I fuck you by the lake. Okay. This was Amine. This is Amine, just so y'all know. When Glorilla said shoot is shoot, Duke Dennis, what's up with you? I'm like, Amine, what's up with you? I have a little crush on Amine, I can't lie. He's so fine. I don't know what it is. I think it's his eyes. I love a man with like cute little bug eyes. Oh! He don't got bug eyes. His eyes are just round. Next song is Take a Slice by Glass Animals. Y'all know Glass Animals used to be my favorite band. Well, they technically still are my favorite band. I'm just like interested in other bands. The quote I have here says, stewing in the black dope, I'm filthy and I love it. Stud backer all gold, got a shotgun in my pocket. You've gone with the thick rims. Big look with the lip ring and things. Wake me when the bell rings. I'm gonna sleep cause you live in my daydreams. This song kind of makes me feel sexy. And this is how I know music as I know, those are my knees. Can you stop? It's definitely not the lyrics itself that I feel makes it sexy. It's definitely his tone. Last song is A New Life by Zeke Blue. I don't got no lyrics because she ain't got no lyrics, but the song is good. It's a vibe. This song makes me feel sexy too, but like for sexy time. I don't have any books or manga or anime because I'm still watching everything that I talked about last episode. But you know what I do have? Movies. Right now it's Monday. Y'all know I only go to the movie theaters on Terrific Tuesdays because my movie theater tickets are $18 on a regular day. I go Terrific Tuesday, I'm paying $11. The movie I'm gonna go watch on Tuesday is Sinners. I've heard some good things about this movie. I already watched the trailer 2 months ago, but I heard some good things about this movie and I was like, listen, this is the one time that I am not accepting spoilers because I seen that fucking trailer and I almost shit myself. And then I seen it again recently and I almost shit myself again. So I was like, ooh, scary movies. Yeah, okay, whatever, they scary, whatever. For me, when the main character is black, the movie get 10 times scarier because I'm like, oh my God, this is real. This doesn't only happen to non-black people. Oh my God, this is real. This is so serious. I'm super scared. So I'm gonna go watch Sinners and I know damn well I'm gonna be goddamn scared shitless, but I'm excited. Let me read you the overview for Sinners. So it says, trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their Mississippi hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Oof. I would be interested with that overview alone, but I need you to watch that trailer. When I tell you that trailer it sent shivers through my spine. What's that one? Oh, let me think about the movie. Yes, I found it. Okay, so you guys remember the movie 28 Days Later. It's a zombie movie, really good. I love the soundtrack for it. Now we got 28 years later. I was in theaters. Immediately, I was on my phone like this in theaters. I heard the song that they used for the trailer and I went like this. There's one thing to grab someone's attention, but what this trailer did to me, it grabbed my eyes. It positioned me to look at the screen. I was like this the whole fucking time. I was like, oh my God, I'm genuinely fucking scared. And the thing is, I be going real early to sit down in my little seat so I get all snug. I order my food in my little seat. It's my little days. It's my days to cater to myself. It's my terrific Tuesdays. I don't play about those days. Bitch. I was like, is anyone else in here? Because I'm scared now. So Sinners did the same thing for me. I'm watching it tomorrow. You guys will be seeing this on Thursday. So you don't even need to worry. This is in the past for you. But for me, this is current. So I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I'll probably do a review in next video, which you'll see next Thursday, of course. I don't know how I was going to be able to fit this into a regular episode, but I'm going to tell y'all about how I greened out. I think I mentioned it briefly in my other episode, but I'm gonna tell y'all about how I greened out because this movie has something to do with how I greened out, right? Yes, I am crisscross applesauce. Did I need to bring it up? No. Did I? Yes. Did I bring attention to it? Yes. I'm gonna first start with how the day was going. I really wanted to celebrate hitting 40,000, right? And my friend was like, oh, do you want to do something today? And I said, yeah, let's go and do something. So my friend was like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to eat. And they were like, what you mean? What you want to eat? And I said, I want to go to a buffet. And they're like, okay, let's go to a buffet. So we went to a buffet. We got food. It was all right. He wasn't really feeling it, but we still got the food. It was cute. We got seafood. Mind you, he just came back from Japan. And in Japan, they eat a lot of fish eggs. And we saw salmon eggs. We were like, oh, let's eat some salmon eggs. Sorry, I just said it two different ways. I don't know if that's going to annoy people. Fuck you. I don't care. So we got the eggs. He tasted one of the eggs. It was like, oh, this is not good. He ate another one and he was like, no, there's something wrong. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm sorry, you're having a bad experience, but we didn't look so deep into it, right? Then we came back to mine and he was like, damn, I kind of want to go watch a movie. And I said, you know what? There's a really good movie that I seen. Like, it should be like a little comedy. Let's go and watch it. You know what the movie was? Death of a Unicorn. A weekend retreat has deadly consequences when a father and daughter accidentally hit and kill a unicorn while en route to find his billionaire boss, who seeks to exploit the creature's miraculous curative properties. I was like, oh, this looks like a really fun, cute movie. Let's eat a little bit of edible, let's eat a little bit of edible and go watch the movie. Everything was fine but the taste. That's one thing. I hate the fucking taste of edibles. I was like, we gonna have a good time, but bro, like, let's bring some water, right? So we get in the Uber, we're on the way, I start to feel it. I'm like, oh, I hope this shit doesn't hit me for too long, because I hate being in an Uber or on the road and I'm high. Because the only thing in my mind, this car could flip right now. This car could flip right now. Look at this person. They driving too close. Why they getting out of the lines? Why they getting out of the, I'm like, oh shit. I'm going to get in an accident when I'm high. So I don't like smoking and be on the road. If I'm a smoke, wherever I'm at, that's where I'm gonna be. That's where I'm gonna be. I'm not going nowhere. Don't put me on the road. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying inside the house. I'm a homebody, right? Keep it cute, keep it mute. So we get to the theater. We a little high. We chilling. We got our tickets already. We check in. Like 5 to 10 minutes into the movie, my friend is like, I don't feel good. I said, what? What do you mean you don't feel good? He said, I don't feel good. I said, what you mean? Like, you got a boo-boo? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. Like, if you want, just let me know. We go to the bathroom. 10 minutes pass. He said, you got to go to the bathroom? I said, yes. He was like, okay. When I tell you this man sat up and ran, I was like, did he just leave me? And I feel bad. Because I was just speaking with him about this yesterday. And I was like, bro, when I say you ran to that fucking bathroom, so I could laugh now. But at the moment, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Because he got up and it made me scared. Like, when I tell you, I was telling him, I was like, bro, we would have had such a good time if your ass wasn't so fucking shitty bootied. Like, if he didn't start tripping out, I wouldn't have started tripping out. Because after he got up and ran, I was like, I don't want to get up. What if everybody starts looking at me because I got up? And then, which is like normal thoughts. I think that even when I'm sober, but it was like intensified because I'm high. And then on top of that, this fucking unicorn movie, which I thought was a comedy, was so fucking scary. Girl, Girl, I was like, why is this unicorn movie so scary? I thought this was supposed to be fun. Goo goo gaga la la boom boom. I thought this was supposed to be fun. I'm seeing this unicorn, it's like growling and shit. I said, what the fuck? It starts stabbing people. I was like, oh my God, girl, this is a scary movie about unicorns. I never thought I'd be scared of a unicorn until now. That time I was like, and I was tripping out too. So boom. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm thinking to myself, what if somebody runs up in this stall right now? And then I was thinking to myself, I was like, why would you say that? Why would you say that? No, I'm scared. So I was scared in the bathroom, thinking somebody about to run up in my stall. I'm hurrying up. I get out of the bathroom and I'm waiting. 5 minutes go by. I said, okay, friend, you good? You good? He's like, nah, I don't feel well. Go without me. I said, what? He said, go in without me. I was like, no, I'll wait. And he was like, nah, bro, you're good. Just go in. I was like, okay. I'm watching a movie, terrified. Mind you, terrified. And I think we're like max 20 minutes in. Max. 10 more minutes go by. I said, okay, friend, you not back yet. I'm gonna come down. He was like, yeah, could we go home? Bruh, I was never so happy to leave a movie early because I was in there scared and cold. Mind you, I'm anemic. So I was like, why is it so cold in here and so scary? Bro, so then we get into the fucking car. Again, I told you guys, I get really anxious being in a car while I'm high. He's sweating, he's feeling sick, so I'm trying to help him put on his seatbelt. We put his seatbelt in the wrong thingy. Like, you have the seatbelt in the middle and you have the seatbelt on the side. We put his seatbelt in the one in the middle and we trying to take it out and it won't come out, right? And my Uber driver is like, come on, like, I know you guys are smart. Like, are you guys good? Da, 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 da. I feel so bad for this Uber driver, because we were tripping out in his car so bad. He was like, oh, you guys had one of those nights. And we were like, yeah, we had one of those nights. And then he starts driving really fast. And I'm looking at my friend. And I'm like, are you okay? Do you need to go to the hospital? And he's like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm fine. Sweating bullets. And I'm like, bro, you're not fine. We might need to go to the hospital. He's like, bro, I'm fine. Like, don't worry about it. And then this man is like driving crazy. And I'm like telling the Uber, I'm like, bro, can you slow down? You're going really fast. And then we hit a stop sign. No, we didn't hit it, but like we get to the stoplight. This man's car like fucking reboots. Like he has to turn off his car and turn it back on. And it was after we put the seatbelt in the wrong one. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. We're gonna die. He's speeding. His car don't work. A wheel is gonna fall off and we're gonna die. So this is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Death of a unicorn is really fucking scary. Don't watch that shit if you're high. When I got home, I threw myself on a couch with my makeup on. I didn't give a damn and I fell asleep. Oh, for shows, I recently started The Residence. Cordelia Cup, an eccentric detective, arrives at the White House in order to solve a mystery which happened during a state dinner. Netflix was trying to shove this goddamn show down my ass, right? Tunnel, trying to shove that shit just down my ass. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I'll watch the show. And I actually really like it. I feel like this was filmed for people with ADHD in mind because I'm watching the show, right? The show is being watched. I'm paying attention, but something will happen and she'll ask the person, be like, do you want me to explain this? And she'll explain it and everything will just click. So I think this was made for people with ADHD in mind or short attention spans because I'm paying attention, but I'm gonna need you to explain what I just watched because I'm watching, but I just need someone to be like, so the reason this happened is because of this. Because I'm gonna be like, oh, okay. I understand now. It makes a lot more sense. But I really like the way that they filmed this show. Everything about it, the production, oh my gosh, hair, makeup. I can't lie. They did their big one with this. I'm not sure if her name is pronounced Uzo Amaka, but I really love her acting style and I miss her fucking face. Not only because she's a dark-skinned actress, which I always say like, personally, I would prefer to see more dark-skinned actresses instead of like the same two that Hollywood continues to use or the same like, lighter skin models that Hollywood continues to use and be like, well, we have a black character, look. And she's my complexion. No, like I would prefer to see a darker skinned, brown skinned actress on mainstream TV. So not only because of her skin tone, but because her acting skill, I really miss seeing her face. You know when you genuinely miss seeing someone's work? I just hope she's booked and busy this year because girl, we miss seeing your face. But let's get into my next segment, Pillow Talk, where I listen to listener stories and confessions. I want to fake being a Muslim to talk to my crush. I'd like to preface that this is an ongoing story. I'm 17-year-old male. Okay, you're a kid. Makes a lot of sense. In college and brimming with hormonal rage and bisexual angst. There is this one guy in the year above me that has been making me act up literally everywhere I see him because of his criminally large posterior. It's bad. I mean, like mid-conversation with my friends, stopping what I'm saying just to get a peek kinda bad. Needless to say, I was a little obsessed. As you may know, Ramadan is going on currently where everyone is fasting, praying, etc. My school has set up designated rooms for prayer. Aww, how sweet. I love that. Sorry, I just had to say that. Wow. Okay, love that. And general recreation away from the rest of the school for people taking part in Ramadan to avoid them from seeing people eat to help their fasting and whatnot. I know a few Muslim people that go there more or less every day during our 1 hour lunch break. That being said, I found out that my one-sided big booty boy crush also goes there quite a lot too. This sparked probably one of the most straight up dumb and down bad ideas I've ever come up with. To break into the prayer room under the guise that I'm just supporting my friend during Ramadan, like some sort of horny cheerleader. The only issue is that I have zero way to pitch this idea to my Muslim friend, as I highly doubt that he would be on board with the idea, since this plan is at the very least disrespectful and sort of selfish because of my ulterior motives. I also know through conventional means that they go to the same mosque that I have also considered infiltrating. Anyway, you're literally my favorite podcast, and I've told all my friends about you. Thank you for the support. Before I say what I have to say, right? There's two things I have to say. Don't do that shit. Having friends that are Muslim, that alone, I would respect their faith. I always try to respect my friend's faith. My friend is Christian. I'm not Christian. Before we get off the phone, I still say, God bless you. God bless you. Because why? I know he Christian, and I know he would appreciate that. And you know what he says back to me? God bless you. Well, he don't really respect my spirituality. He be coming here, he's like, here you go with your rocks again. I say, oh Lord, here we go. I'm gonna turn your ass into a frog. See, but that's a relationship we have though. See, we could do that. But he's not necessarily disrespecting me, even though we both acknowledge that we have different spiritual practices, but we both have respect for each other and each other's faith. You having respect for your friend, this should not be an option. I'm just gonna tell you that call a spade a spade. This should not be an option if you have respect for your friend and their faith. That gives me weird vibes. I can't lie. I know you're a supporter of me, but y'all know, I keep it real. I be honest with y'all. I think that's weird. Also, I would say that if you were genuinely interested, then go and talk to your friend and be like, hey, can you teach me more about, Islam? I want to learn about how your life is as a Muslim. Then I understand. But you want to go there and fake being Muslim? There is no way that this plan would actually work. What if someone comes up to you and they're like, Assalamu alaikum? What are you going to say? Wa alaikum assalam. You don't even know that. Mind you, the only reason that I know this is because my ex was Muslim, and then I also mess with a lot of Middle Eastern guys that are Muslim. I just noticed that. But whatever, it doesn't matter. And mind you, this is a generic greeting for Muslims. So you stepping into their holy space, you're stepping into a holy room that they use to praise their God. They use to praise their faith. And the reason that you're there is because a big booty body, whatever you called him, it's not only selfish, but it's creepy. And I'm sorry, again, like, you're 17, I get it. Everything you do, it's not going to be, in the best light. When you're 17 and you're like, okay, first of all, I don't even want to limit it down to your age. We're all fucking selfish, right? We're all selfish. But I do know younger individuals. This is not only for younger individuals, but like, you don't understand the cost of being selfish and being selfless yet. You're just going about life with the emotions that you feel. You're feeling one intense emotion that you want this person. And your mind is like, how can I get to this person? What's the quickest and most efficient way that I can get to this person? And you think disrespecting their faith is the easiest way to do so. And I need you to sit down and take some time to reflect, because it's not. Even if you don't align with that faith, be a good person, like, respect their space. You can't tell me there's no other way that you can get to know this, like, individual. Like, have you considered walking up to them And I get it. You're 17. You're young. You might be shy. You're overthinking things. You're like, damn, if I walk up to this person, like, oh, the world is going to end. What if I get rejected? I get that. I be like that now. And I'm turning 22 in July. But at the same time, I need you to put your big boy pants on. And I'm going to have to speak to you like this so you understand. I need you to put your big boy pants on and respect people's religion. If they find out you're not Muslim and they find out what your intentions are, you will be seen as odd, because it is odd and it's rude and it's not okay. This listener said, hey, love your content, by the way. Now, here's the tea. I, 27 male, yes. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it like that, but yes, grown folk. Thank goodness. I'm not saying that y'all are all young, and if you are young, there's nothing wrong with being young. But again, I just like hearing about grown folks. I'm grown, so I like being with grown folks. Don't be hating on me, girl. Don't be mad. You gonna get the best believe you gonna get the blink and you'll be 21. You'll see what I mean. You don't want to be hanging out with 17-year-olds and you 21. I'm grown as hell, baby. I, 27 male, started dating my boss / childhood friend. Very Wattpad, I know. I am bisexual, and back in high school and university, I was pretty popular, I guess. I was dating girls and I had a big friend group. I remember that after we graduated high school and the friend group expanded, I got to know this guy that we'll call Damien. Damien was different. I don't know what it was, but he just was. Me and a few friends went to the beach and I finally got to see how bloody ripped that guy was. And the way he was so comfortable with leaning on me, teasing me, and we had only known each other for a few months. Once at a party, he and I got drunk. I don't remember it well, but I remember it was one of my female friends' birthday party, and she had us playing spin the bottle. It was Damien's turn, and of course it landed on me. We first laughed it off, but then despite the crowd, he kissed me on the cheek, and thank God it says back, but I'm gonna believe that you mean black. Blasian, black, Asian. Okay, got you. So everyone would see how hard I blushed. I remember after Damien and I shared a flask vodka, which we have done a million times before, and I swear he'd always ask me for the flask right after I used it, or I might have been delusional. Either way, that night might have been my bisexual awakening. Anyway, after uni, he had to move. I remember being sad and missing. We kept in touch for a bit, Val, etc., but eventually we drifted apart after we both got busy. Fast forward to last year and I got a new boss. I work in an architect company, by the way. My old was old and always wanted things his way and would throw tantrums if things didn't match his idea. I'm going to say your old boss. Your old boss was hell and old and always wanted things his own way and threw tantrums. I'm going to assume that's what you meant. Okay. When I met our new boss, I didn't think much of it. But then I started realizing little by little, he was different. There was this one time I was in the break room, just chilling, scrolling on TikTok until my boss walks in. We get to talking and I really enjoyed his company. He's funny, yet so professional. Somehow we got on the topic of relationships and he starts telling me this awfully familiar story. It was about him once as a teenager hitting on a woman 10 times his age. Him at the time being 16 and the woman 29. To be fair, he said the woman was shorter than him and didn't look a day over 18. I then also realized he had the same name as Damien, which I did think was a coincidence because his last name is as simple as Smith. Before leaving, he complimented my shirt and walked off. I'm too lazy to finish this and it's 3 a.m. so bye. Oh, you better not never do no shit like this ever again in your gosh darn life. Cause all of us in this room is invested. And I just want you to know, we all did this. Shame. Let's shame this person. Shame wizard. Shame wizard. I got that from Big Mouth. But where's the shame wizard? We need to bring him in here. How could you do that to us? You started the story and you laid it down perfectly. You built a foundation. The house was built. And then you built the house. You ain't put no motherfucking roof on the house. How the fuck you just gonna do that to us? You just left us high and dry? But I think this will be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you did stay this long, I don't have anything for you to comment at the moment. I really don't. I'm gonna just tell you take care, brush your hair, and wash that ass. I really am. I'm really just gonna tell you take care, brush your hair, and wash that motherfucking derriere, girl. Because, people keep calling me out about not doing it. I was like, okay, girl, well, sorry if this video was all over the place. I had that Celsius and it had me on go.